Today's review is on the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch action figure of Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing gear from Hasbro. This is figure number 1 out of the original wave of Star Wars Black Series figures. Same packaging across this entire line, which I think is really cool. It's minimalistic. It's just a plain black package with an orange character's name, orange piping inside the bubble, and that little sort of cardboard that goes around the plastic. We've got the Star Wars Black Series logo, a circular image with a drawing of the character, completely black panel over there. And we've got empty bubble over here so you can see more of the figure. The top panel replicates that Star Wars Black Series logo again with that drawing once again. And the great thing about these is you can just cut open the package, take out the tray, look at the figure, put it back away if you want. Sorry, they're turning on the water upstairs. That's why that little squeaky noise was happening. The figure's laid out inside the bubble here. He's holding his helmet, and then we've got the accessories along the side. So you can see everything your figure comes with right when you look at the package. The back of the package features more of that orange piping, and then a image from the film of that character that's been converted into a gray and black sort of image, which may be a little bit tough to make out in this video, but if you hit the still pictures that I'll talk about later, you'll be able to see a better view of it. We've got number 1 Luke Skywalker, and a little bit about him. Luke Skywalker uses the power of the Force and his piloting skills to destroy the Death Star. And then a quote from Luke that says, "It'll be just like Beggar's Canyon back home," right underneath that. Alright, let's take a look at him one more time here from the front in the box before we take a look at the loose version. Here we have Luke X-Wing out of the box. We'll take a look at his accessories first. We'll do a spin around, we'll take a look at the articulation before we get on to the main point of the review. First up is the lightsaber. It's really well painted and detailed. Not something you can really pull off as well in the 3 3/4 line as you can here. The lightsaber blade is removable, and it just kind of plugs in there. There's a little edge to it, like it kind of dips down and makes it a little bit skinnier than the blade itself, so that it plugs in there. Feels a lot stronger than the removable blades on the 3 3/4, which is pretty obvious since it's a bigger scale. We've got Luke's blaster pistol, which has a brown hilt and then a silver muzzle on it. We've got Luke's X-Wing helmet, and this is made of sort of a squishy sort of plastic. It's clear. You made it clear yellow so that the goggles can be clear yellow and everything's just painted over. It's got a chin strap. It can go on over the head. It's a little tight. Getting it on there, once it fits on there, it looks really nice. But we'll talk about this a little more with the review. Then we've got here Luke himself. There he is from the front. We can probably zoom this in a little more now. There we go. There's Luke from the front. Spin him around. Luke from the back. We've got Luke's, this arm's one with all the tools and stuff in it. And back from the front. He's got lots of articulation here. He's got the rocker foot joint that can go side to side, then up and down. And then he's got a swivel at the top of the boot. He's got a double knee joint. He's got a swivel at the top of the thigh, and then sort of a ball jointed where the thigh meets the pelvis area. That's a little tight and a little tough to work with, mostly because these strap things. Then he's got a ball jointed torso. He's got ball jointed shoulders. Make sure you're getting all of this. And then standard up and down elbows, and not double elbows or anything like that. They do swivel. And we've got a swivel wrist that also moves. The left wrist moves. Let me see how it goes. I think this one's the one that goes in and out. Ow, that's a little tough. And then the right wrist goes, I believe this one goes up and down. Yeah, this one goes up and down and then swivels. And then he's got a ball jointed head that also moves up and down. So let's get him kind of set back up here. Stay, Luke. And if you want to see Luke next to a couple of the other classic figures in the line, I don't have Boba Fett yet. So there's R2. And there is the Sand Trooper, if you want to get a better idea of the scale of all these figures. Sand Trooper's the largest of the bunch. Yeah. His head's not even fitting in. Woo! Alright, so there's the Sand Trooper, Luke, and then R2. I think R2's pretty out of scale for the line. I don't think he's supposed to be this small. And this Sand Trooper, you know, Luke would be a little short for a Stormtrooper, so I think the scale's good between the Sand Trooper and Luke, but the R2 seems a bit small. But we're not talking about R2 today, so what does it matter? Let's grab Luke up, and we'll take him over to the couch, and we'll do our review. Hey everybody, welcome to another Toy Talk review. We don't really know what site this is going to go on yet. I have a Star Wars page, or a web address that's going to be dedicated just to our Star Wars Black Series reviews, but it's not set up yet. The domain is kind of, Google's giving me a rough time. So for now, the link in the info section will take you to the action features page with the still pictures of each one of our Star Wars Black Series figures and those reviews that we can watch the review. You can go to the site and actually the review will be on there. You can look at the pictures and just hit play on this video. You can just listen to us talk about it while you're looking at the pictures. That's the gist of it. Also, you might want to check out facebook.com/Star Wars The Black Series. That's the Facebook fan page I started a while ago. And now Joe Amaro's on there with me, and we, you know, have a little community going.
It's been growing fast.
Yeah, it's over 3,000 likes on there right now. As you can see from the opening sequence, we're taking a look at Luke this first time around. That's the figure number 1 of the Star Wars The Black Series. I already talked about the packaging quite a bit in the opening sequence. But, again, I really like that they went minimalistic on this, and it's not too busy and crazy.
I like how they did the orange lights, like, from Bespin.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's a really neat design, and it's a cool look to the packaging. And I like how you can open it and put the figure back away. You know what? With this being a new videos, you know, Star Wars Black Series being a new line, we should probably do some kind of introduction. I'm James Sawyer, otherwise known as Sala online.
Blaze, I thought you were gonna... I'm Blaze Sawyer, not really known online.
Yeah. Well, I'm his dad, and we do these reviews together for different toy lines we collect and stuff we like and stuff like that. That way it's kind of 2 ages of things. We've been doing this for like 3 years now, of reviews.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's like 2 different age groups, like the old, crusty collector and the newer, younger collector, right?
I'm not old and crusty.
I'm a little old and crusty. But Blaze is 11, and so he's into all this stuff too, and so we do all these reviews together, and that's how it is. So, what we usually do is, when we do a review, you see the opening sequence, we post a bunch of pictures on a website, we put the video on there too, and you can look at the pictures and watch the video and all that stuff. So, there you go, you got the gist of it. Alright, so we're going to take a look at Luke. We've already looked at the packaging, and what we usually do is we look at the accessories first. And that is Luke's lightsaber, which is a 2-piece lightsaber.
I really like that. Like, you can have them with, like, the blade not in or the blade in.
I liked it too. In the packaging, you just see the lightsaber, and you may not know this, but the blade pops off, and then the hilt can hang from his belt. It's a really well-detailed hilt,
If I got this before you and it fell off, I'd be like, no, I broke my lightsaber.
Yeah, you would be upset about it. You're like, did I break it? But it pops in there really nice and holds in there well. It's got a thick point to it. Some of the older, like, Star Wars figures that had removable blades, like the stuff from the Episode 2 line, they had really tiny points and they would break off. I don't think you're going to see that much problem with that with this. It's a thick edge that pops in the lightsaber.
The closest thing the smaller Star Wars series ever did to, like, a detachable blade was, like, the thing where they had, like, this little...
Oh, the vintage ones where it pushed out? Yeah.
That was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, for the time it was cool. And then he comes with this blaster pistol. And it's got a nice little detailing on it. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have a holster for it, but Luke, when he was wearing just the standard X-Wing outfit, I don't remember him ever having a holster. It was only when he had on, like, the Hoth version of the X-Wing outfit.
Yeah.
Did he have a holster. And then he's got this removable helmet, which is molded in clear yellow plastic for the visor, and then painted over. The paint is nice on it. Some of the lines are a little bit sloppy, but that may be that it's supposed to look like it's been kind of war-torn and worn a lot and things like that.
I think the helmet's really cool.
It is really cool, but the only thing is I don't like how it's kind of hard to get it on.
Oh, it is?
I mean, it's not... It fits on there really well, but... And we're going to talk about this a little more when we get to the figure. I'm afraid of this chin strap as it goes off and on the head, giving the paint rub on the nose. Like, it's kind of... I'm having to kind of hook the chin thing first and kind of smush it down, because I'm really worried about the paint rub on the nose. So let's talk about the figure, and then we'll talk about that paint rub on the nose. I had a tough time finding a good paint job Luke. Like, I was in the stores looking at these a while, and I'd seen them for a while, hadn't picked them up, because I just kept seeing bad paint jobs on Luke.
Right.
We saw multiple ones with nose rubs.
And then, like, I saw a few with, like, this visor thing had some.
Yeah, what you mean the little chest harness thing? The life support unit, or whatever you want to call it, had really bad paint, and then the white on this vest piece was, like, bleeding all over the place. It was, like, white glops and orange glops. Really bad paint on a lot of them we saw.
But we found a good one.
Finally found a good one, and so this is the one that was finally, okay, we got a good Luke, we can get it now.
And you found, like, all of them.
Yeah, well, we see them all now.
Right.
We see them all at the stores now. But it was kind of tough finding it. Plus, I was always looking at them like, oh man, does it have like a lot of like really not thick orange paint? Am I seeing the black of the plastic through there? But I think that that's meant to be a treatment, like it's supposed to be darkened, because the arms are actually cast in orange plastic with that dark gray overlay on top of them, so it's supposed to look like it's sort of got some weathering to it and some sort of dinginess to it. So
because that's how it kind of was.
Yeah, I think so. But it makes for a tough find to get one with a really good, clean paint app. And that's why I'm worried about that nose being rubbed, about that helmet going off and on.
Because you found the most...
Yeah, I got a good one.
Probably seen and
yeah.
it gets ruined.
I don't want to start over.
State.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be putting the helmet off and on a lot until maybe I get a second Luke or something like that. And then maybe I'll put the helmet on and just leave it on. What were you saying? Why they chose Luke X-Wing first?
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking about that too since they first showed it. And I think the point is they're trying to stretch the line out a little bit. Almost like they did with the Motu Classics line. Where it was like, at first they were doing a ton of main figures, and then they decided, oh, we're going to try and stretch this out a little bit longer and pepper in like the main versions of characters over time. So when you release a Luke X-Wing first, people will gobble it up because it's Luke.
Yeah, Motu Classics has not done Guldur or any of the movies.
No, they haven't done any movie people yet. But with this, so what I'm saying is that you release this first, people will grab it up. Had they released, say, Luke Bespin first, and then done him in the third wave, people would have gone, well, I've already got a Luke Bespin. I don't really need another Luke. I don't really need a Luke X-Wing that's never going to go to an X-Wing.
Because Luke Bespin's, like,
the best.
Main Luke.
Yeah, Luke Bespin, Luke Jedi, those are the main looks. So you put out a Luke X-Wing first, you get everybody to buy it because it's Luke, and you don't have a Luke yet, and then you don't have to worry about, and then later on you could do Luke Bespin or something like that.
So, are they ever going to make an X-Wing?
The only vehicle they've confirmed is the speeder bike. And the Scout Trooper. Return of the Jedi?
Uh-huh.
Well, and that's because these are big figures, so an X-Wing would be humongous.
It would.
So they have to do smaller vehicles.
I was actually just thinking, wow, I wonder if they'd ever make a Death Star, but no.
That'd be crazy.
No
That'd be as big as the house. A Millennium Falcon would be insanely huge.
It'd probably...
It'd take up an entire room.
A little bit smaller.
Oh, it'd be way bigger than the Batmobile.
Oh.
That's what Batmobile. It'd be huge for 6-inch scale figures. So yeah, the most we're going to see out of this line is smaller scale vehicles. I don't think there's a chance maybe they'll get to an X-Wing, but I don't think they will.
Well, we saw the Wind Raider. It wasn't so big.
Yeah, but that's more like a land speeder type thing. The Motu Classics Wind Raider. So I don't think they'll ever get around to doing major vehicles for this line.
Yeah.
I think the most we're going to see is the smaller scale stuff. Maybe a Dewback or a Tauntaun or something like that, but probably not a lot of big scale stuff. I would love to see Jabba in this line. Joe Amaro, who does that Facebook page with us, did this insane custom Jabba scale of these 6-inch figures. I'm so jealous. Okay, so overall, I really like the figure. I thought he would be my favorite of the wave, and he is at the high at the top of the wave. But you know, the paint issues that you see across the line are pretty rough to deal with.
I think the Sand Trooper is really cool.
The Sand Trooper is really cool, and the Darth Maul was way cooler than I thought he would be. He's way cooler than I thought he would be.
And he's not even one of my
I wasn't even looking forward to
characters, but
I'm more into classic trilogy. I should say, I'm sorry for rambling on with this, but this line, when it was first shown, and now that I've gotten the first wave, it really reminds me of back in 1995 when they restarted Star Wars, the line, and how excited I was then. They may not have been the best figures, but I was really excited to be going out and buying Star Wars again, and then it just became too big. The 3 3/4 line is way too huge now. It's too much. I used to have a ton of Star Wars, and I gave it up.
Everything.
I gave it up. It was just too much. I couldn't... Yeah, it was...
There was like small pathways for you to walk into it.
It was insane how tight this room was.
Right.
And then finally I was just like, you know what, I can't do this. I can't keep doing it. I'm not really a huge fan of the prequels, and this has just become too much. And I gave it up. I quit cold turkey, and all I did was just watch the movie sometimes, you know?
Right.
But this line has kind of brought me back, and I've gone, you know, this is small. It's a line I can get into that's not, like, overly huge. I'm not going to have a ton of vehicles and things. And it gives me that kind of excitement of something new again, like 1995 did with the line. And that's one of the bonuses for me. The drawbacks are searching for those good paint apps and the price point. $20 figures are tough to buy.
Yeah.
It's tough to justify $20. But
still better than Motu.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going. Motu is a lot of reused parts, and you're spending almost $40 per figure when you ship out and get them. These are $20. You can shop around and get some deals. Sometimes get it for a little cheaper if you pre-order or whatever. And nowadays, that's kind of the name of the game. 3 3/4 lines are $10 each. So a 6-inch line, twice the size, is going to be twice the price. And I got to give it to him. Good accessories, good packaging. You work on the quality control a little bit, and you have a home run. I'm hoping the second wave has better quality control than this one.
This is going back to when you were saying how big the line got.
Yeah.
You know how we both didn't this is my least favorite. I'm not sure if it was yours. The second one of the prequels.
Yeah.
I remember
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
I don't like Attack of the Clones.
You had that huge stuff about War scene.
Oh yeah.
You didn't even really like it.
I didn't really like the movie. It's just I was so I'd become trapped.
Right.
I'd become trapped by buying Star Wars.
Huge one of the war scenes.
Yeah, I had a huge war scene and stuff. I had tons of stuff set up. It was all Star Wars, but it was just I was just buying it just to buy it. You know, just to buy Star Wars. And I'd become so trapped where it was like, okay, I bought it for this many years. It's so hard to quit. And I quit cold turkey. And this is the only thing that's really kind of brought me back.
Right.
Is these figures. I'm excited to see where the line goes. I'm excited about, seeing Han in the next wave. I can't wait to get that. And as long as they can move up the quality control, I think that you got a home run.
I really hope there's a way for you to get to that.
The Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get it. I'll figure out a way. So yeah, Luke is really good, but his quality control issues kind of move him back. From what I thought he'd be the top spot. The other ones don't have as many of those bad paint issues. So, really watch for a good paint app. If you can get a good paint app, you got a good Luke. If you can't get a good paint app, wait it out. Don't just buy anything. Just wait for a good Luke. Again, if you want to see pictures, hit the info section. It'll send you a link to a bunch of still pictures of this figure. You can decide for yourself. Join up at the Facebook page, facebook.com/Star Wars The Black Series, and discuss this figure and others.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, did both the Boba Fett costumes, did they both have like that cape thing over?
They both had a cape.
Okay.
Yeah. They're just different colors of armor between Jedi and our Empire.
Which one was better, Empire or...
I like the Empire outfit better.
I never really seen the difference because I didn't really pay attention to any difference.
There's a lot more reds and yellows and blues and stuff like that amongst the armor and Jedi. It's mostly just green in Empire. And that's the Black Series figures Empire. Alright, so we're going to sign off on this, and we're going to get the other review up hopefully by the weekend, maybe next week. If you want to leave a comment and tell us which one you want to see next, that's fine. We have R2, we have Darth Maul, and we have the Sand Trooper that we can take a look at. If there's a specific one you want to see next, and we haven't recorded by the time you leave a comment, we'll try and do that one next. Alright? Alright, so we're going to see you guys next time.